Welcome back to the Pool Remodel Pros Podcast. I'm your host, James Cawthorn. Today, we're previewing Pool Service Appreciation Day, happening Saturday, March 7th, 2026, right here at Allen Smith Pools in Orange, California. This event is all about giving back to the service professionals who keep our industry moving. Joining me today is Alan Smith, founder of Allen Smith Pools and the driving force behind Pool Service Appreciation Day. Alan, thanks for being here today.
Yeah, a lot of fun to be here. Thanks for asking me to talk about it and share what we're doing.
Absolutely. So, for anyone new to the event, Pool Service Appreciation Day is our annual way of saying thank you to the service pros who keep pools safe, clean, and operating year round. Alan, can you go into the history of why did you start Pool Service Appreciation Day?
It really dives in and stems into the history of our company. We started Allen Smith Pools in 1981, and we specifically went into the replaster model of doing pools. We really didn't chase plastering new pools that were being built. We kind of went after the remodel or the replaster, retile. So my philosophy back then, and it kind of hit me early, that the best way to get business rather than advertising was to get referrals. And who better to get a referral from than a pool service man? Each service guy might have 50 to 100 pools that he has an influence over, at least to the customer, for at least getting your foot in the door for an estimate. And I immediately started soliciting servicemen wherever and whenever I could find them. I'd hang out at Pool Water Products in Santa Ana and give everybody a card, a little explanation of what we do. If I saw a guy pulled over on the freeway, the flat tire as a pool man, he got my help. Or wherever, parking lots, grocery stores, wherever. And then we started slowly building up a referral network of service guys, started going to the IPSA, UPA chapters when they were formed, and tried to help troubleshoot that. So that was really the success of our company, was the referral from pool service, and still is to some degree. We wanted to give back and start sharing knowledge with the pool service industry to help lift them up and make them better, best practices in regards to what pool finishes are all about and how to treat them and all that. Rather than going to meeting by meeting, which we still do, we wanted to have a service appreciation day. Number one, to have a venue where we can invite all the service guys there to learn what we know, and also have like vendor displays and all that type of thing. And so we started that years ago, and it took off right away. It went really well. And so that was kind of the whole idea, to share our knowledge best we can and bring other people in, like we'll bring Pentair or Jandy, Eric Knight, share knowledge. And we even had the Navy SEALs there talking about Navy SEAL training, how it imparts to pool service or businesses and things like that. So it's been a lot of fun. Yeah, we've been enjoyed it.
No, thanks for sharing, Alan. It sounds like you're really giving back to the community, and it's a great event to attend, especially for pool services that perhaps don't know who their vendor is. It's a great opportunity. Last year, we had over 50 different vendors at the event. We do have classes in education. This year, we will be having Eric Knight, which is a paid event. You guys can check out the previous podcast to get a little bit more detail about what he'll be teaching on. It's a accredited class with Watershape University, so it's great to have him here and check that out. Your class will be a free event for everyone to attend. Can you go into a little bit of that as well? The title of your class is going to be Best Practices for Prepping, Acid Washing, and Neutralizing Pools, with Josh Parrott and Tom Cruise. I think will also be there. Can you dive into that a little bit of what that's going to be about for us?
Sure, I'd love to. This has really come to light in the last few years for us as far as the acid washing of swimming pools. And everybody knows acid washing is a way or a form of cleaning films and surfaces off of a pool finish that collect over time, whether it's scale or minerals or whatever it might be, especially since we've been starting to install this product called microglass, which is a spray on hardener, which greatly increases the life expectancy of all pools and eliminates 95% of the problems with pool finishes we've been experiencing over the years. It's a tremendous product. But in order to put that product on an existing pool, you have to have a clean surface. And so to get that clean surface, you have to acid wash it. Nationally, we found out that a lot of people have some very, very poor acid washing practices or acid washing skills. People are ruining a lot of plaster jobs and they're not taking care of it. So what we did is we called this prepping, acid washing, and neutralizing the class, because before you acid wash a pool, you have to prep it. And what's that mean? That means that even before we drain it, we'll put a stain preventer in or a stain remover. A lot of the companies put different stain preventers and let it soak in the pool for 12 to 48 hours, and it loosens and softens the debris up, so you don't need nearly as much acid to wash it off. So that's what the class is going to be about. That it's going to be about the best way we actually do the acid wash. You can use substantially less acid if you do it right. Maybe we've learned 50 to 60% less acid, which saves a lot of money. And then at the end, the very, very important process of neutralizing the acid on the surface, which we've found nationwide, most people don't do. And if they do it, they don't do it very well. They don't do it correctly. So what we want to do, I think, is a very valuable class. A lot of guys are afraid to acid wash pools because of ruining the surface. And you can take that boogeyman away if you know how to do it right. You really can, and create another revenue of income revenue for people, especially if they want to get in the microglass application. So we think it's a good class. Tom Cruise and Josh Parrott, if they're there, they've been doing this all over the country, teaching people and companies. And every time they do it, it's a gigantic aha moment. Whether it's a pool plaster company that had to acid wash a new pebble job, or a service company acid washing residential or commercial pool, whether it's a year old or 10 years old or 20 years old, we've gotten pretty good at this. So we want to share that. So I think it's worth coming just for that for most service guys and plaster companies too. We're open for anybody to get better, even people that we compete against.
Thanks, Alan, for sharing. And just to clarify, this isn't the actual Tom Cruise showing up from Top Gun, correct?
Oh, no, though he thinks he's better looking than the Tom Cruise that no, it's a different. He spells the last name differently. So
Oh, okay. Just had to, just clarify that for our
you
audience
never
so we
know
don't get a lot
what
of
we pull
people
out of that. You never know
signing
what
up.
we pull out of the hat here. So
Absolutely. So the big question for those who have never attended Pool Service Appreciation Day, how does this education tie back to the community? Why is continuing education for those who have done education so important for service pros today?
there's always new technology, new products coming on the market that people need to be educated on to understand how it might apply or make their company better. This is really what we're doing, is how it applies, is we're pushing this because of the microglass. That's kind of a roundabout way to show people how to get a pool ready to apply a product that'll revolutionize the swimming pool surface industry, whether it's brand new, put on when they're new, or later on. That's what ties back in, just to educate the whole pool community, whether it's a builder, plaster, service guy, or even a homeowner, that there's new products and certainly better ways to get pools ready for that. And so it just ties back into giving in on something, really, I guess, to answer your question.
No, thanks for answering. We just want to make sure that people don't miss this opportunity. Once again, Eric Knight's class will be a paid class. You do have to be in person for that, and it is accredited with Watershape University. Alan's class will be a free class. We'll put links in the description to our website for the location as well as signing up. And Alan's class will be starting at approximately probably a little bit after 10 o'clock, 10:30 to 11:30, talking about best practices for prepping, acid washing, and neutralizing pools. Great tip for every pool service pro, and even like you said, remodelers to know how to fix pools as far as moving forward with it. And the cool part, a lot of buzz about this year. So right after your class is done, we're going to be having In and Out. So it should be a little
Oh,
nice to
for
have some
lunch?
good food.
Yeah, how about
Oh
that?
yeah,
Used to be a taco cart. Now they have the In and Out truck showing up. So who
yeah.
doesn't like In and Out, right? So that's
Oh,
good.
absolutely. And we'll be having raffles, grand prize, a lot of giveaways, and closing thanks at the end just to give back to the community. Besides that, is there anything else you want to leave our audience with, Alan, for Pool Service Appreciation Day 2026?
There is. I've been in business 45 years now, and it's just amazing to watch the history of the company we started and how it grew and evolved. And really, I think the key success to our business has been the referral network from the service community. I'm very, very grateful for the trust the service community has put into our company to hand their customers off to us. I just wanted to really do from the bottom of my heart, as they say, thank you to the whole service community for helping make us successful. We have over 100 employees. We provide a lot of people and families with a way to support themselves. And so we here see it that way. We have a platform to have families be successful, our company, and just improve the industry in general. So a big thank you to everybody to help us get there.
And thanks again, Alan, for being on the Pool Remodel Pros podcast. Once again, join us this upcoming Saturday, March 7th, 2026. 2 months away when this podcast is releasing. It's coming up really quick. Once again, it does cost money to do Eric Knight's class. We'll put that link in the description, but free for everyone to attend after his class is over. We're going to have 50 plus vendors, giveaways, raffle prizes. We're having a big grand prize this year, a fishing trip, which should be pretty fun, and an in-and-out truck. With that being said, Alan, thanks again for being here and joining us today.
Okay, thank you, James. Look forward to it.